my whole life, I feel a little bit conflicted. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So a pastor, a rabbi, and a Buddhist all walk into a reading with a medium. What could possibly go wrong?
Hi, how are you? I'm Teresa.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
I'm
to meet-
Brian. My name is Brian. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I'm a licensed ordained minister, pastor.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi.
I'm Pav. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I am Pav, and I'm originally from Thailand. I'm a Buddhist, but I was raised in a Catholic school.
Hi, Neil.
Awesome. This
Really
is this
honor
is,
to meet you. Hi, I'm Neil. I'm the rabbi, the spiritual leader of Minetta Hill Jewish Center in Plainview, New York.
I first want to say thank you for trusting me, but more importantly, respecting my gift and having this opportunity today. So it really means the world to me.
Awesome.
Thank you. I've always been a firm believer that life after death is real, but mediumship, do I really believe it? I'm a skeptic.
So how I see spirit is through shadows and silhouettes. They will also bring me through their departure. So something interesting happened. This usually doesn't happen so quickly right away. I felt this gasp. Then I lost my breath, and it was almost like a choking, and then the snapping of the fingers, which is my symbol for sudden or unexpected. Can you connect with that, with the departure?
That, about Dad, yeah, it makes sense because he died
Perfect.
suddenly. He was a heavy smoker.
Okay. And how do you connect with the number 12? Was it an age?
I was 12 when Dad passed.
Validating for you that he knows everything that you went through? Or did you not get to get the opportunity to say goodbye?
Mom didn't let me go to the hospital to see him, so I didn't get to say goodbye. Wow. My father suffered from lung issues. I believe he had COPD. He went suddenly, so I didn't have a chance to say goodbye or visit him in the hospital. And I wasn't allowed to go to his funeral because my mom chose not to go. They weren't together at the time. So as my siblings went to the funeral, I was there with Mom and I kept her company. I felt like I missed out during that time when he was making his transition.
Do you have a religious article of your dad's or something from generations? I never saw this before. I feel like it was a prayer book, but they wiped like dust off of it.
Wow, it's like my dad's Bible. I have his old Bible.
To validate that this is a long time that you've prayed for him to feel what it was like for you. And when I went back to ask your dad for more information, he says, just tell my son I'm sorry.
Wow.
That I couldn't be there for him the way that he needed me to be.
Wow.
I don't know. There is also a father soul that is present as well. Were there things that were said to him that you could connect with?
Yes.
And that's kind of how I'm feeling with you, but you lost your grandfather at a very young age.
I was 13 when my grandfather passed.
But it was like you lost everything.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, I know that you named your son after me, my namesake.
Really?
I'm gonna say this. This is why you're here.
Yes. When my son was born, I named my son after my grandfather, and I mentioned how my grandfather was the most important person in my life. It really changed my life around.
What a beautiful way of thanking you for paying tribute to him.
I had a very close relationship with my grandfather. He was more like a father figure for me. My parents were divorced, so I saw a lot more of my grandfather than I actually did see of my father. He really played the role of teacher to me. And every time I would see my grandfather, he would just shine. You know, like his love for me was palpable.
But why do I feel like his death was traumatic? Was it just that fact that you couldn't say goodbye? Or that there really was no warning? Because it was like, you know what? Oh, he's going to be fine. He's going to be coming home soon. Don't worry.
Well, that's exactly what happened. You know, I went to the hospital. He thought he was going to get better, and then he died. And for a long time, I felt really hurt. Like I felt destroyed, like I never got a chance to say goodbye.
Know that he says, I would not have wanted you to have seen me in a hospital bed. And then he showed me my semaphore when someone is ill and we feel that we could have prevented the departure.
Well, my grandfathers, they felt,
Okay.
oh, it could have been because they didn't take it seriously what he had. That's why we went later to the hospital than we should have.
His soul stands here today and says, I take responsibility for my departure. I died on my terms. He says there is no way that I would have wanted for me to go through a treatment or a procedure and then watch my family watch me deteriorate. That would have been true suffering.
All my memories of my grandfather were of him being strong and capable. And when he died at 13, I was devastated. And I never got a chance to say goodbye because it was so abrupt. He went into the hospital and never came out. So Teresa was able to relate some of the reasons that he died so quickly, that he didn't want me to see him as frail, and he didn't want to be a burden on others. And I think God always leaves an out for free will. So I was able to get closure in my life on that.
But why do I feel like someone just attended something for someone, like a big parade? So like, or is it that like that big of a celebration or that many people that attended?
So, like, my grandfather passed away 2 years ago.
Okay.
And my family arranged, like, not a service, more like a celebration,
Yeah,
right? Just happened a couple months ago.
Perfect. Know that your grandfather's soul attended it in spirit. Okay, so did you not speak for a while? I don't know what that means. Because he showed me like a retreat where you would sit in prayer
Yes.
or silence. So did we attend something like that?
So I did it, but years ago, but my mom and my aunt actually are doing it right now as we speak, so.
No way. They're
Yes.
sitting in silence?
Yes.
Wow.
That is crazy! Validating that his soul is a part of that.
I was surprised because coming here today, I was skeptical, but that was my confirmation. Like, nobody would have known that.
What I've learned from what I do is that whatever faith we follow, we have to have hope. Because without hope, we don't have anything. Because then hope then turns into faith, and then faith turns into love. So just believe and take what it is from your faith that helps you. And just know that there is a higher power. Your loved ones validated that today.